So let's just add that to PPAP, and if we quickly open that up, we can view it. Obviously, I've got to go and enter some results, which we'll do in a little while. But for the moment, I'm just going to set the status of that to work in progress, and I'm going to save what we've done so far and close down ABC. So go into the next element, copy of the PO. So again, take an action to that. Now, if I wanted to balloon up the PO, then I could go into the actual ABC app to balloon it up. It just depends what the requirement is. In this particular example, I'm just going to go and grab the PO and attach it. And I'm going to set that one to complete. The waivers, in this particular case, there are no waivers, so I'm going to set that to not applicable and then set that to complete. The Woodward customer requirements, 5 pieces dim results as applicable, so I'll come back to that. Again, with the process capability study, measurement system analysis, I'll come back to that as well. Let's move on to process flow. So I'm going to take an action against the process flow. Here's a process flow form. Again, I can edit that form with Excel, so I'm going to pop today's date on, so we're 20th of November 2012. Click on save, and I'm going to go into the FMEA app and create my process flow. So first of all, I can right mouse click, as it says in the center of the screen, and add an operation. So type in my operation description there, which might be issue material, there's op 10, and against each operation I can add a process step. Before I do that, obviously I can create a basic process flow by adding all my operations. Within a process step though, I can actually assign whether it's an operation, move, store, or inspect, for example. So if this was an operation, I could choose the operation symbol and type in the actual operation description there. And as you see, the software is quite straightforward. It's just a right mouse click to assign whether this is a product, process, or safety characteristic. So let's say it's a process characteristic, and again a right mouse click to add any potential failure modes, and obviously give it a name. And then against a failure mode, I can add any number of effects, and against the potential failure mode, I can add any number of causes. And of course, each one I can set a value. So if I set a severity value, and then against the occurrence, set a value for that as well. And then against each occurrence, I'm looking to add a detection stroke prevention method with the certainty of that method. And as I set one, you can see it calculates the RPN. If it goes above a certain value, then obviously the RPN needs to have an action taken against it, because clearly the detection stroke prevention method is not suitable. So to take an action, I can click on there, go through the process again, reevaluate, and come up with a new RPN value. Now all of this data that I create here, we can generate within this library function. Let me just pull that out a little bit so you can see all the fields. And basically I can add operations that I've already pre-set up. And I'll just quickly add some example operations. Now you'll notice that I've got 2 op 10s, so we've got a renumber capability. So now I'm 10 through to 70. So if I click on save and then go back to PPAP, you can see it automatically generates the process flow for me. So I'm going to add that to my PPAP element and go back into FMEA. In fact, I'm going to just close FMEA down, and let's move straight from process flow, which we've now got attached, and I'm going to say that is actually still work in progress. So we'll leave that one there. But I'm going to go to the FMEA application again, but this time through the process FMEA action button. Now in this particular example, we've got the PFMEA from Woodward, and that's already been formatted. Again, if you want to edit that form with Excel, you know, I can pop my PFMEA number in there, pop my name on, click on save. I can also set print areas as well. So that's useful to set that at this stage. So I'm going to go page layout, set print area, and then when that's done doing what it's doing, just wait a little sec, click on continue and close that down. You can see that it auto updates the preview there, and I'm going to add this element to there, and again I'm setting that to work in progress. So let's just click on save, and I'm gonna just go back now into my balloon drawing, and I'm gonna just take action against that again. In fact, let's just go back to status. Let's just edit the one that we've got rather than starting it fresh. So you can see the Excel editors on there. I want to pop some results in now. So I'm going to go into ABC. Obviously you've got the option there to go into Excel and do the results as well. The added advantage of doing it through ABC is that in general settings we can actually define the number of features, the number of results per feature. So I'm going to set that to 3 because that's standard for this particular PPAP style. If you've got a photograph of the part, that's something you can add in on this this area. So let's just pretend that that's the photo of what we're working on. So against each feature I've set the number of results to 3. So if I double click here, I can enter my results like so, and if they're all in tolerance, then they'll all show up green, and it'll come up green on that image as well. I've got another way of entering results. I can do them through this table, and you'll notice that everything's integrated, so all the operation numbers, if they were linked to a particular feature, then you'd actually see those plus buttons open up. So I'm just got everything set to operation 0 at the moment, so I'm going to go and enter some more results. Now if I do get a result that's out of tolerance, then clearly it's going to go green, it's going to go red on that particular entry. It's also going to go red on the overall feature. So I'm going to click on save and go back to the PPAP, and we should see the form updating. Okay, and you've got the built-in calculations that the Woodward form carries. So I'm going to update that in my element, and I think you've got a good flavour now for how the software works. So I'm ready now to produce an output, and I can output this as PDF, but I can also output and include the spreadsheets as well. I'm just going to output it as a PDF. It's already ticked for me. So I'm going to click on export, go to my desktop, I'm going to go PPAP demo 01. So here's the PPAP demo 1 PDF. Obviously front cover detailing what the part is. Obviously that's an optional photograph, could be a company logo. Here's the PPAP elements list, and you can see there's the status of each of the elements. If you want to go to any particular element, click on it and it will hyperlink through to that element. There's also a navigate back button there on each of these cover pages. If you want to go straight to the part submission warrant, I can do that. Obviously clicking through here you can see the balloon drawing. I've attached the certs, and then you can see that there's a copy of the dimensional and a copy of the purchase order. I haven't got anything attached on that element. I've attached the process flow there, nothing there. I've attached the FMEA to that one, and that was the final one.